Hello guys, welcome to Epic Gamers Odyssey, and today I'm going to be telling you 8 tips and tricks for beginners that are just starting off on the game Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Now let's not waste any time and begin. So once people are done with the Sky Island tutorial, their instinct is to go to Lookout Landing immediately. But what I would say actually is to go to a few shrines before going. The shrines that I would recommend going to first is shrine number 1 here, over there, beside the grass stable, not beside the stable, sorry, right here, by the river. Then the next one is the one here, and just another one I recommend, you can't see because of the light. And finally, the one in the forest, which is over here. These are the 3 shrines I would recommend to go to first. They'll help you explore the land a little bit more, and you should probably get a few more resources. I would also say that one, but that might be a little stretch. Then once you're done with these, you should have these 3 to 4. Then you're going to want to go to Lookout Landing here, talk to Pura, and get the paraglider, which will then allow you to explore a lot more. Okay, on to the next tip. Okay, tip number 2. Once you have talked to Pura over there and gotten the paraglider, gotten the paraglider here, the next thing you're going to want to do actually is explore the depths. Basically another dimension, inverse, like you know the upside down from Stranger Things, basically that, but in Tears of the Kingdom. But before you go there actually, what you're going to want to do is talk to Joshua. Joshua is going to be here and Robbie is going to be here. What you're going to do is talk to Robbie first, and Robbie will notice you. Then you're going to have to talk to Joshua, and Joshua will ask you to go with Robbie and explore the depths. And Robbie will also tell you that he wants to implement a new feature to your Pura pack called the camera. Now, once you have accepted this quest is called A Mystery in the Depths. Once you're done talking to both of them, you're going to want to go over there and go to that chasm. Once you're at that chasm, Robbie will meet you. You're going to have to go down to the chasm and see Robbie. I'll show you where you have to go once you go down the chasm. Okay, so now that we're down in the depths, right below the chasm, over there, you're going to see this light route here. You're going to want to go over here and activate it. Once you have activated this, there should be a camper here who will tell you about Robbie and how he went all the way over and over and over. Where you're going to have to go next is, you're going to have to go this way and go over here, the ESS shrine. Okay, once you're over here, you're going to see Robbie, and Robbie will be examining the light route, okay? And right beside the light route, you're going to have to talk to Robbie, activate the light route, and Robbie will be amazed. He'll also install the camera feature. He'll be sitting right over, approximately beside the campfire. After that, he's going to ask you to take a picture of this statue over here. And once you have taken a picture, he'll say, "Good job, now go up into the surface." Once you're done, you're going to have to talk to Joshua again. And once you talk to Joshua, you'll see, he'll tell you that you did good in the depths, and the mystery in the depths should say complete. Then after that, what you're going to have to do is go into Adventure Log and click Regional Phenomena. Then complete one of the 4 dungeons. Then come back to Joshua. Once you come back to Joshua, you should see a guy, once you have one of the vows or beaten one of the dungeons, you should see a guy standing in front here, like right about here, and Joshua standing over here, talking, and the guy you're about to see is named Toro. This is Toro. You're going to see this guy, and he's going to ask, but then be denied by Joshua to go into the depths. Then Joshua is going to ask you to go into the depths again and follow the statue's gaze. For example, let's go into the album, and you see the statue, wherever it's facing, you have to follow that way, and that should lead you to the central mine. The Great Central Mine. You should follow the statues and it should lead you all the way here, the Great Central Mine. Once you're here, you're going to unlock an ability called Auto Build. Auto Build is a really powerful ability that remembers what you build. Okay, now we're going to the Auto Build section and I will tell you what to do in the Auto Build section. Once you're here, you're not actually going to start here, but actually start here. There's going to be two vehicles here. One here missing one tire, and one here that's completely deconstructed. What you're going to have to do is use Ultra Hand and touch one of them. Then there will be two researchers here who's like, if you want to fiddle with things, come touch this stone. Then it's going to be a steward construct. You're going to activate it with your hand. Then the two researchers will be surprised, and this construct should give you auto build. Then you're going to have to rebuild here and test out the new auto build over here. After that, the researchers should be proud about themselves. Then a story-related argument happens, and you should be fighting a boss right now. I won't tell you who the boss is because it's story-related, and you should figure it out by yourself. After this, there's another tip once you get auto build. So remember to do this before doing the next tip. So now that you have gotten auto build from the depths, you're going to have to get 2 fans and 1 steering stick like this. The first step you're going to do is get the fan and place it like this. Then get the steering stick and aim it 45 degrees up like that. Aim it down. And make it so that the yellow dot from the glue stick is right in between the fans. Like that. Yeah. Here, that's pretty good. Then it should stay like this. Then get your other fan. Oops, I actually did it incorrect. What you're going to actually have to do is make the fan face towards you and the steering stick like this. Then you're going to have to make this like sync with the lens. Like that. And it should be connected. Then you're going to have to get this. I actually don't know if I'm doing. Okay, yeah. The next thing you're going to have to do is get this and connect it with the next one, which is by doing that. Now that you're done gluing the fans together, check if it's correct. Like here where I did it purposely wrong, you're going to have to place the fan down, get the steering stick. In my opinion, this is easier. And try and correct this with the steering stick. It's kind of hard, but I was able to do it on the second try. Okay, now that you're done with this, you're going to have to go to auto build. Then in history, it should show you your build here. Once you're done with this, you have to press Y as set as your favorite, and it should appear here. Okay, now that you have it, you're going to be able to fly around with the hover bike. Okay, now let's go to the next tip. Okay, so guys, the next tip that I'm going to be telling you is while you're having your weapons, if you have any unfused weapons, for example this that I just got from the labyrinths, the mighty Zonite longsword, use it by itself for now, but as soon as you find another weapon or object to fuse with, try and fuse it. And don't worry about you wasting it, because when you go into weapons, if you don't like the item that you fused onto it, you can press this and destroy the fused material. For example here with the 8-fold long blade, you can destroy the fused material. For example, here, the torch scimitar, you can destroy the forest. And now I only have the Gerudo scimitar. Then you can use this, you can try and fuse this with the mighty Zonite longsword. To fuse with other weapons, actually it's pretty easy. Choose the weapon that you're going to fuse onto the next weapon. For example, I'm going to fuse the Gerudo scimitar onto the mighty Zonite longsword. You're going to drop the Gerudo scimitar, select fuse, then select the weapon that you're going to fuse it to, then select, and tada, you've gotten your weapon. I would prefer using weapons like a Gerudo Claymore, which has strong fusion, with Bokoblin arms, which are strong attackers but have a weak durability. So you get a high durability, as well, not a high durability, but a pretty good durability with very high damage. There. Okay. So basically, the thing you want to learn from here is fuse anything with everything. Okay? Now on to the fuse. Oh yeah, I also got a bonus. You know these fuses, right? You can actually use these to avoid temperature decaying. For example, if you get to the Stormwind arc if you get to the final, when you're in the Heber region, it's going to get really cold. But then you can attach a opal onto your weapon or your shield, and it'll let you stay warm on the temperature bar on the side. But if you're in a hot region, you can use like a Lizalfo's horn here and explore the hot regions without having to worry about heat. But just make sure that these are only substitutes, because these won't work as well as the main gear that you're going to use to actually use. For example, I have a heat-resistant desert bow, a flamebreaker armor for the Gerudo, and archaic warm greaves for the Heber region. But just use these just in case you're in a small pinch. But just so you know, the rubies that you fuse onto it will stay stuck onto it unless you destroy it. So think wisely before using it. So while exploring the depths, you probably might have noticed something. As you're going through, you're going to encounter these light routes. Light routes help you discover more of the land, where you can fast travel there, as well as bring lights to the depths so it's easier to explore. But there's an easier way to find light routes than randomly going in one direction and finding them. If you actually go into the depths map, then go into surface map, you'll realize all the light routes are right underneath, directly right underneath the shrines. So basically, if you do a bunch of shrines on the surface, then it's easier to explore the depths, as you can find light routes easier. Oh yeah, a bonus fact about this actually is, any place that there's water or deep water, for example, there's going to be a huge wall in the way. For example, this black area in the depths is actually a big void that's unpassable unless you find a chasm on the other side. But on the overworld, it's actually a river, as you can see here. Okay, on to the next tip. Okay, so once you're done completing the depths and finding the Great Central Mine, before that, I would prefer, as you're exploring the shrines and completing everything, you're going to want to focus on these sky view towers. These sky view towers will help you unlock more of the map. The more you complete the map, the more easier it is to traverse around the lands. For me, I've gotten Goron City, Central Hyrule, Faerun, East Necluda, the Gerudo, and the Heber regions. And the more you do, the more. Oh god, a blood moon's coming. Okay, quickly, I'll go to the next tip. So now I'm going to be showing you the best sages to get, in my opinion, for beginning. Number 1, you're going to get Yunobo. Yunobo is really good, as you can use him for cooking. Like if you shoot him at a bird or animal or any creature that drops meat or food, it'll automatically cook them because of Yunobo's heat damage. Then second, I would say get Tulin, as you're going to need a bunch of mobility. But only get Tulin once you have like a bunch of stamina. Okay, that's why I would say do Yunobo first as like a filler. Then next, I would say get Riju, but if Riju seems too hard for you, you could probably get Mineru if you want to grind hearts to get 10 hearts. Because you're going to need 10 hearts to start the quest. Because you have to open another door, just like the Great Sky Islands. Then, after you get Mineru or Riju next, you're going to finally get Sidon at the very end. Because to be honest, Sidon's ability isn't that good, because it only gives you a shield, and it only protects from 1 hit of damage, as well as you losing the shield as soon as you attack. But it launches a huge tidal wave, but it's probably not that useful. Because Tulin's ability, the Gust ability, actually does the same thing to smaller enemies. Okay, the last tip is actually really helpful, but not many people do this because they get really scared. If you have good enough loot or armor, for example, if you have weapons that deal up to double digits damage, then you should be good actually. Because many people, while playing TOTK, don't try and fight. They try and avoid combat. Some people that I know of actually. But I'm going to be completely honest. If you're really scared to fight any bosses or anything, just save the game. Once you save the game, it doesn't matter. You can go fight any enemies. And if you forget to do it, don't worry, because the game automatically saves it before you fight. For example, don't be afraid to fight, okay? Now come down. Where's my strongest bow? Okay. Don't be afraid to fight, okay? Fighting is how you get most of the good loot, actually. Don't be afraid to fight, as fighting actually gives you the better loot than grinding and grinding over and over and over, okay? See, I got so much loot just by fighting once, okay? So remember, don't be afraid to fight. If you are, just save before you go into the fight or before the enemies notice you. So if the fight seems too hard for you for now, just remember it, put a check mark on it, then do it later once you have better loot. Now these are going to be all the tips that I have for Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom beginners. I hope this has been helpful for many beginners out here, okay? So good luck on Tears of the Kingdom, and I hope you beat Ganon. Bye!